legendary.
Welcome back to Legendary.
There's something really creepy behind us. So this is right beyond our house is right in front of us here, and this area right here is a small wooded area right behind our house. And when we moved in about 5-6 years ago, we discovered this.
It's like it's a rainbow painted house.
It's
It's more rainbow than red, but it has like black, green, purple, red.
It's an old decrepit house that is, it looks as though it fell from the sky like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Alright, so let's go explore this. Now it's dangerous,
Yeah,
so we're not going to get
There's
too...
a lot of broken glass.
There's broken glass, there's
shoes.
lots of debris. Yeah, we're wearing
We're wearing
shoes.
hiking shoes. So.
But it is still dangerous. A lot of people have come back and vandalized it too, so there's garbage back here. And the leaves are covering it, so it's hard to see everything, so we're going to be careful. But let's take a look at this bad Billy, huh? What are we seeing here? What are we seeing here?
There's like a bunch of wood, but we saw this last time we explored it. There's this wire going to this house that's right down there.
Yeah, what's weird is that this is in the middle of nowhere.
And yet there's a wire going to a house that I actually know who lives there.
Yeah, there is. Our neighbors are a little, we're kind of removed from our neighbors, but if you turn around here, you'll see there's not much of this swamp behind it, and then this is our house back there. But it's really in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and it's small. It's a very small house. We've got some cinder block foundation here, and it does step down a little bit.
It does. I just stepped in a hole.
Yeah. And it looks as though there is painted. There is some wiring here. They had electricity come back here, which is weird. What else we got here? Here, listen. This is probably really loud on camera. I apologize for the crunching noises. What else we got down here? It's very dangerous. You see, there are some broke nails and whatnot back here. So now, back here, you see there was a very old outlet here. A light outlet
like a
here.
bed shape out of rocks.
Yeah, it looks like there was something back there for sure.
Like, look at that hole.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see back there. Okay. Let's go around to the back of the house to see. There's some more interesting stuff back there. Okay, so this is the back of the house. So there is some more foundations. There's a wall here.
No idea what this is.
I don't know, but I would put that down. I don't know what that is. More foundation of a wall here.
Wait.
This is the back of the house.
Wait, no, come look at this side. Whoa.
So we don't know.
What's that? What is that?
We don't know who lived here, when they lived here, how long ago this was built, when it fell apart. Let's see what else we got more. Harrison's pointed out there is another foundation of something back here. A wall, perhaps?
Whoa, there's rocks everywhere.
Okay, we've got a chimney here that has fallen down.
Yeah, this does look like a chimney. It looks like a very old chimney. It's like that pattern.
Yes, it is old. This whole thing is old. There's some broken glass there, watch out. Okay, so what we're doing now, we're going to go talk to our next door neighbor, Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob has lived here for like 40 years, and we're thinking maybe he might know a little something about this.
And we're gonna see what happened to it, at least what he tells us.
Yeah, see if he knows anything, right? Let's go see if he's home.
So when did you move here?
We moved here in 1977.
And was the house that's behind our property, was it there already?
Oh yeah, it was partially down.
Okay, so it's always been dilapidated and abandoned.
Yes.
And do you have any idea who lived there?
I had no idea. All I heard was at one time, because the kids would crawl around in there before it began to collapse all the way, but there was an old gentleman that lived there. It was just
that was before your time, though?
Oh yeah, much. Yeah, that was completely empty.
Okay.
Empty when we had it.
And do you know who? So you don't know who owned the property or anything?
I have no idea. I know who the person was, okay, but those people have passed away.
Okay.
I'm not sure who owns the property now.
Do you know of anyone around here that might know?
Yes.
Okay, so we are.
Here they walk into the town historian.
Let's see what. It's about a quarter mile down the road here. We live out in the middle of nowhere, so it's It's our neighbor, but it's still a bit of a walk.
Yeah.
So
We
all right,
live on a very long road.
so we're gonna find out what they say.
The house that you're referring to, it's in a pretty bad shape. Much of it, I guess, is just on the ground.
Yes.
Maybe you can still see a doorway or maybe some siding or
That is
roof
correct.
of
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sort. But it's directly across from the old school.
So that house on the other side was the schoolhouse when this was
Yes.
was a hamlet at one point, right? It's still technically hamlet, correct?
That's right. And I went to that school.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, it was like a two-room school. There was the main part of the school where the kids had their desks, and then another part of it, like a partition, that was basically like a lunchroom for the kids.
That's so cool.
To eat their lunches, or a playroom,
Right.
if you want to call it that. But directly across the street, of course, from the old school there, was a place called John Lanus, and he was considered like a hermit. He never got married, and he had about 11 acres of property. I remember going down to see John Lanus quite a bit. I've got several pictures of him, and but he was he died. He was like 65 or 66 years old.
And how long did he pass away?
Well, that was probably in the 60s, I think.
Oh, really?
When he had passed away. Anyways, John, he helped out farmers around here. He didn't really have a regular job, and he was very poor. Fact is, most of the Lanuses were poor families that lived in this area. I remember, a lot of times with John Lanus, we would go berry picking, because in the summertime, he would go pick, raspberries and strawberries back in the woods, basically. And I would go along with him, because I was a kid,
Right.
primarily, and I liked to go down there and talk with him. He always had interesting stories about what was going on in his family. There was a number of brothers and sisters that were in that particular family. Well, right here, in this picture here, this is John Lanus, right there. Most of these were farmers and family members who were bringing in their hay or something in the summertime, and John, who usually was a helper quite a bit, he would help with, the farmers needed extra help to do work there. And there's another picture here. Okay, right there. That's John Lanus. And this is the Lanus family.
Oh, wow.
But John isn't in this particular picture, but he was related to the members of this particular family right there.
So he lived there by himself.
Yep. And
Did he build the house himself? Do we know?
I doubt it. I think that's where his family lived.
Gotcha.
There was several other buildings there at the time.
There was. Do you have any idea of when it may have been built?
All I can say is maybe in the early 1900s.
Really?
That's
Because there is electricity going to it, but I'm assuming that was put in, later on.
yeah, and there should be a well there too. It may have,
Well, maybe. Yeah.
and it was a dug well, that had rocks placed around it. I knew him very well, and the people around here knew him very well. And he had a dog, and he would go out in the back of his property to hunt, and he would trap rabbits and woodchucks and things like that. And he had, I think, one or two cats as well.
So
And-
then the family then just were there relatives at that point? That I was curious as to how the house just never got demolished, or why it's even there. Like, why is it still there?
Yeah, well, after John Lanus died, which was back in the 60s, I believe it was, it just went into disrepair.
Right.
And I do have a picture of the house before it was completely, before it just caved in.
Right.
There used to be an outhouse in the back.
Really? Oh.
And a lot of the kids in the town used to tip it over, and John Lanus always hollered about that, and so that's the main things that I remember about John Lanus. Anyways.
All right. So mystery solved. We know a little bit. We learned quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, a lot actually.
Yeah.
The town historian told us a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. We learned a lot of cool stuff. Now I kind of want to look around, look for the well, which we kind of just did a little bit, but no luck.
We think those rocks back there that we filmed, we think that used to be the well, but he did say the well was by the street.
Yeah, which was right in front of us. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, this house isn't nearly as creepy as it used to be now. I wonder if it's haunted. Do you think it's haunted? All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. Adios.
Bye.